Oh hi there big boys and welcome to my review of Mages of Mystralia for the Nintendo Switch. This is basically Legend of Zelda meets Magica. If you've played that, Magica that is, pretty sure you probably have played Zelda. Right, so the main mechanic of this game is you can create spells, right, using your unique traits. So you get 4 spells as default. You got like a little melee attack sort of fireball thing, which isn't even a fireball at first, it's just a sort of fireball, well, fireball that doesn't move. You also have like this sort of thing that sort of comes out from the bottom of you, like the ground, and you've also got like a dodge shield thing, right? But what's good about this game is that you can get these things called relics to change certain traits about it. So you can add the move trait to the fireball to make it move, or add the move trait to the thing that comes out of the ground to make it, move while doing that. So you can walk across it. So you can do that for certain puzzles. And you can also get other ones such as homing, so it makes your fireballs home on their enemies. You can get ones that make it come up from the sky, make stuff you can get like different elements. You get fire, ice, there's another one, I've forgotten what, lightning. So yeah, and you can basically just experiment in that way and solve puzzles, kill monsters, kill bosses that way, and solve dungeons. It's very clever, and it's actually really simple to use. Because it's only 4 the control scheme is just 4 buttons. You know, it's not like you don't have to mess around pressing buttons with another button. You set them up before, and you can just. It's really cleverly done. It's just like a little sort of algorithm of connecting stuff, and then it's just really good. But yeah, combining spells with unique traits creates an excellent system of getting stronger over time, and sort of locking out areas, much like a Metroidvania, means that you can sort of get to other areas once you get the spells allowing you to get there. And it also allows you to create certain types of builds which might make it easier. So you can, have, for example, the rain one, what I used by the end of the game, making loads of rocks come out from the sky made it a lot easier. It allows for some very interesting puzzles. It allows you to force you to change your spells and experiment with how they act. Later on in the game, you get these things called triggers, which basically make it so your spell triggers something else to happen, such as another spell. So you actually get like a sort of trigger, chain of spells going, and it's so fun and satisfying to get it set up. And you can do it for like when it hits an enemy. You can do it for when you first, you press the spell button. So you can basically get like a fireball and then like loads of rain coming down from the like earth rain, or you can make it so your fireballs bounce off, and then once they bounce off something, they then set off maybe some like a bomb there or something, so that blows up anyone if it touches the wall. You can do so many options. There's thousands of options. It's really clever. The world isn't too big, but it's pretty decent. And the game took me about 8 hours to beat, maybe 7 or 6. But I think the last few hours are getting a bit difficult. The game's really easy before that. It's got a really large open, well, not large, but yeah, it's got a decent open world. But it's got secrets and side quests, stuff like that. Those different cities and stuff. It's alright. It's alright. It's a decent. You can teleport as well. That's good. Very helpful. And it's got a decent enough story. It's mostly just kill the big bad guy, but there are some twists and turns, and it's got some alright lore. All the characters have stuff to say. It's alright in that front. And the game has some beautiful graphics. I mean, the main character looks a bit weird. She does look a bit odd, especially when they zoom in on her face. I'm like, whoa, she looks a bit like a mannequin. But that's fine. But that's not so fine. The Switch port does suffer from some slowdown in certain areas, and you do get a very varied frame rate. There was points in the game where I was getting a perfect 60, and I was like, damn, this is smooth, this is really nice. And especially towards the end of the game, the frame rate starts to drop down to below 30 FPS. Sub 30 is never fun. I'd say it went to about 20, maybe 15 at points, and that is not good. It's not good at all. But luckily, on the other hand, Switch haptics are great, and they really do, like when you set off a fireball, you get like a sort of nice vibration feeling. That is a very nice addition. It does feel great, so that's good. It makes spells feel a whole lot more punchy when you do it. So there is a little bit of a niggle I've got here. Some of the bosses in the game make you sort of go through waves of enemies or long distances before you can fight them again if you die. Luckily the game isn't too hard. But there isn't an easy mode, I don't believe, unless there was. But I couldn't find a way to turn difficult down. So if you're struggling, you're just gonna have to keep sort of going. I mean, you can get stuff to level your character up a bit, make them a bit stronger, and obviously you can always change your spells, and it's not too bad. But it did annoy me because there's a certain area in the game towards the end of the game where you have to go through these 4 waves of enemies, and Each one maybe took about 3 minutes, and if you failed, start again. You know, it really did get annoying. Really did quite get painful. It took me about an hour because there was one area which was so tough. The last one, annoyingly, but yeah. There's also ones you just have to walk a bit, but they're not as bad. Yeah, the control scheme is really simple, but I just don't. It's just really cleverly done how you can create so many spells with just a few buttons. So yeah, I like that side on it. And the dungeons are really quite clever. They've got some really good level puzzle design. Obviously not, you know, amazing. They don't like loop back on each other that much or anything, but they do a bit, and it is quite, you know, just overall the dungeons felt good to play. I think they were my favourite bits of the game, for sure. As long, you know, some of the puzzles are a little bit annoying since a lot of the puzzles say you don't have the runes to get them, which means you can lock yourself out of loads of runes because you don't have the runes already to get them. So it sort of sets you like a compounding worse, you know, of not getting power-ups, because I don't know how to explain it, but like if a certain room requires you to have a certain other room to get it, means you've got to go get that room, which might require you to get another room, and it just requires sort of loads of runes, and that gets a bit annoying, and it can be difficult, but at least it does tell you if you haven't got the stuff to get it, which is good. But yeah, basically that's Mages of Mystralia. I really would recommend this game if you enjoy Zelda games and magic-based games, and just overall if you like a nice sort of adventure game where you slowly get stronger and can experiment with what you got, and yeah, it's a really good game actually. I wouldn't necessarily say it's best on Nintendo Switch because of how the performance was a little bit dodgy, but I mean I didn't run into any bugs other than one time one of the enemies didn't spawn correctly, and then I couldn't progress, but I just turned it back on and off again, it was fine. But still, yeah, that's pretty much it though. I say this game is really good. I really would recommend it. I really would recommend this game. So yeah, that's great. Thanks for watching, big boys. I'll see you some point in time, and bye!